We all know the importance that educators have in our local lives, and are incredibly thankful for their dedication and willingness to make a positive impact on our lives and our community. At this time, our Bobcat Boys soccer team would like to recognize educators they feel can be a positive contributor in their lives. We have a first applause until the end. Senior Ray Peters recognizes Paul Biscuit. Senior Don Hoffweiler recognizes John Stewart. Senior Tony Lynn recognizes Holly Seeker. Senior Paul Boat recognizes Al Lopez. Senior Omar Gonzalez recognizes Christopher Shaw. Senior Ray Love recognizes Kelly Biscuit. Senior Brayden Schreiber recognizes Richard Yancey. Junior Henry Stillman recognizes Calvin Rose. Junior Cass Wally recognizes Abby Hayes. Junior Vincent Leon recognizes Mitch Reagan. Junior Colin Peterson recognizes Sean Meyer.
You guys know
Junior recognizes Zach. Junior English recognizes Luca.
ball that you give that to the player before you go out the other.
Sophomore recognizes our community. Sophomore recognizes freshman Sheldon recognizes and freshman recognizes Justin Hall. Teacher, thank you for everything you have done for our family, fans, PCA, and country. Thank you.
We're ready to go. We haven't done the captains yet. We'll do that quick, just play it, yeah?
All right, we're live from Fishback Soccer Park. You're watching Lincoln High School Patriot Varsity Soccer. In the earlier girls' game, your Patriots fell to the Bobcats by a score of 1-0. The wind is raging, and as per usual, the hospitality here in Brookings is fantastic, allowing me to be in the press box for this game, which hopefully should allow you to get a little bit of sound. Maybe too much sound. If that's the case, feel free just to mute. Captain's meeting just took place, so with the captain bands thus far for your Pats, Max Hogenberg, Ryder Syverson, Luka Tomic, and believe, Brady Stamp.
Soccer High School Activities Association soccer match between the so-called Lincoln Patriots and their host, the Brookings Bobcats. This contest is being conducted by the administration of Brookings High School under the guidance and regulation of the Soccer High School Activities Association for your enjoyment and educational benefit of high school students. We encourage you to continue our positive manner while pursuing victory over the line. Please.
The Pats come in with a 7-1-1 record after defeating Watertown last weekend 3-1 on 2 goals by Camden Thomas and an own goal and a cross by Salmonsi David. Looking for Miles Rolfing, and Rolfing and the defender touched the ball almost simultaneously. I believe it was ruled an own goal, but a nice bit of spark at Rolfing gave the team the first goal of the second half for the Pats. Pats came from behind 1-0 to win 3-1 over Watertown. Here's your starters. Cam Thomas, Nicholas Hagan, Brady Stamp, Quentin Herneth, Hilgenberg, Syverson, Homich, Stamp, Herneth, Jennings, Ellis, Van Rokel, Cam Thomas, Salmonsi David, number 11, Cam Thomas, number 13, and Nick Hagan, number 20. That's starting for the Varsity Bobcats. Currently 5-2-2 on the season. And goal senior Tony Wynn, number 1. Number 2, Seth Vaught, senior defender. Number 3, Griffin Bachman, sophomore defender. Number 9, Isaiah Vaught, junior midfielder. Number 10, and Captain Dominic Van Hofwegen, senior midfielder. Number 11, Braden Schreiber, senior forward. Braylon Peters, captain, number 16, a senior midfielder. And Jasper Lee, number 24, junior defender. I missed a couple of the numbers, so hopefully we can get to those during the game. Number 7, Forrest Girard, the team leader with 4 goals and 2 assists on the year. And the senior keeper, Tony Nguyen, with 44 saves and only 7 goals allowed. We'll do 40s. I'll try to do my best to keep ahead of everything. Homich drops. Has Ellis, Hilgenberg, Syverson, Homich, Homich has Ellis on the near touch. Drop to Hilgenberg. Syverson to Hilgenberg. Hilgenberg with space. It's Tommy Ellis. Ellis looking for Van Rokel. Possession attained by Brookings, re-attained by Tommy Ellis. And Ellis fouled by number 3, Griffin Bachman. Over this is Tomich, who finds Hagan. Hagan has Syverson and Jennings, looking for Jennings on the far touch. Ball out of play. Again, very strong wind, which you now don't hear as I'm in the shelter of the press box, but very strong from the south. So moving left to right, the wind with the Bobcats for this first half. There's Bachman, who drops to number 24, Jasper Lee. Lee looks to go over the top. He does go over the top of almost everyone but Quentin Herneth there to gather. Quentin has Hagen. Hagen looking on the far touch. That ball is out of play. I think he's looking for Salmansi David. Ball out of play. Yard. Or G-yard. And the ball given up. Here's Camden Thomas. Camden Thomas down the far touch with a pullback. Is through two. Attempting the cross. The ball centered and eventually cleared to midline. Come all the way back to the keeper, Quentin Herneth. And Quentin, this ball dropped. The attacking third, ball high and wide. Shot fired by number 11, Braden Schreiber. Goal kick. Herneth plays out of the back. Hagen. Jennings. Syverson. Ellis. Back to Syverson. There's Tomic. Two on Tomic. Tomic finds Ellis. Thomas Ellis on the near touch. Working ball control. Here's Max Hilgenberg. Syverson. Hagen. Syverson. Jennings. Touch a bit in front of Jennings. That's last touch by Dillon, out of play. This will be a Brookings throw on the far touch. Find number 7. Yard. Forrest. Who drops to the center back, Jasper Lee. There's Vaught. Isaiah Vaught, number 9. Back to Jasper Lee. Long ball forward. Deflected last touch. Deflected off of Hagen. Herneth able to gather. Hilgenberg. Jennings. Ball is intercepted by Brookings midfielder. There's number 9, Isaiah Vaught. There's Jasper Lee again. Lee to Kason Fixon on the near touch. Tommy Ellis dropping to Herneth. Herneth has Syverson. Back into position. There's Forrest. Again, the most dangerous player offensively. Forrest Giard. Junior midfielder. 4 goals and 2 assists on the season. Here's Syverson. Syverson looking for Salmansi on the far touch. Out of play. No drop back. Salmansi pressures. Ball put to midfield. Ball played forward. Calling forward is Quentin Herneth. Quentin gathers easily. Here's out to Hagen. Hilgenberg. Syverson. Jennings. Hilgenberg. Looking long ball, looking for Liam Van Roekel on the near touch. Out of play, red throw. Gathered by Hilgenberg. There's Forrest. And defended. Pressuring is Brady Stamp. Coming forward is Salmansi. Brookings maintaining possession towards the far touch. Here's Forrest Yard. Attempted through ball. One zigged, the other zagged, and Dylan Jennings will come up with this ball deep in the defensive third. Here's Hagen. Jennings. Hagen. Hilgenberg. Bonnie Ellis. And this win all gathered by Hernus. Stamp. Stamp initially pressured by Schreiber. Finds Luka Tomic. And a close call there. Ball is shielded away from Cam Thomas. Gathered by Tony Wynn. Senior goalkeeper. Hunts just over midline. Ball ricochets.
Just want the ball, you just give it right back to him. We're 4v1 there.
It's Hagen. Jennings. Hilgenberg with plenty of space. Encouraged to take that space by his coach. Finds Tommy Ellis on the near touch. Ryder Syverson. Syverson sandwiched by two, gets through. Comes centrally, looking for Liam Van Rokel. Liam Van Rokel crosses, and that's an own goal. Back of the net. That's a good goal. Off of number 16, Braylon Peters. Camden Thomas there for it. It's an own goal by Braylon Peters. There for it is number 13, Camden Thomas, on the cross by Van Rokel. The Pats up 1-0. 31:05. Luka. And coming back for it is Bachman, who's called for the foul. Syverson will be over this right at midline. Has Luka Tomic. Ellis finds Stamp. Stamp tries to get through two, is dispossessed. And now Brookings 1-on-4. Attack is slowed and a pocket picked by Max Hilgenberg. Tries to thread a through ball to Liam Van Rokel. And that ball is going to be out of play. Last touch. A near touch by Brookings. Van Rokel off. Isaac Herbold on. Salmansi David off. Miles Rolfing, number 31, on. Throw-in taken by Herbold, put all the way into the box, off the head of Rolfing, and that falls right to Cam Thomas. That's a good. Cam Thomas. So within about 30 seconds, game time, Cam Thomas on the board again. A ball flicked over the top. Off the head. Miles Rolfing. Balls to Cam Thomas. waiting to clean up. Pats are up 2-0. There's Dylan Jennings. They throw it. There's Forrest, number 7. Again, he's a prolific scorer for these Bobcats. Captain Forrest Giard. The goal kick. Ernest has Hagen, who in turns has Jennings. Cam Thomas. Jennings. Syverson. Hilgenberg. Syverson. Syverson over midline. Has Camden attempting to play downfield to Rolfing. And here's Luka Tomic. Hilgenberg again with space. Tommy Ellis. Isaac Herbold, the 1-2 from Brady Stamp. Isaac comes centrally. Is through 3. Shot fired. High. Out of play. Substitutions. Number 22, Griffin Fisher. Number 15, Grant Olson. Number 14, Holden Hilmo. On for Tommy Ellis, Ryder Syverson, and Nick Hagen. So Olson into a center back position, Fisher into a left back position, and Hilmo into the midfield. Goal kick. Put the midfield. Grant steps. Ball finds the feet of number 11. Olson clears. Wide to Jennings. That ball is going to just trundle over the far touch. Last touched by Olson. Bobcats throw. Deep in the Patriots' defensive third. And at some point, the ball's got to get thrown in. It is flicked forward by Jennings. Here's Camden Thomas. Ball falls to the feet of number 31, Zachary Mueller. And is out of play for a throw, and Mueller takes the throw. It's put centrally by the Bobcats. Camden Thomas comes up with possession. And then is dispossessed. Shot fired. Deflected off of Quinton. And over the goal line for a corner kick. Corner kick, Brookings. Ball put in low. Wow. Gets through everyone. All the way through. No Bobcat there to clear. Put in the back of the net. Goal kick, Patriots. Play to the far touch. Here's Camden Thomas, who has Rolfing on the far touch. That was not Rolfing. That was Dylan Jennings, who then looked for Rolfing. Field switch for Brookings. And out of play. Throw in Patriots. Here's Griffin Fisher with the throw. Go for Tomic. Yard there. Gathers possession for the Bobcats. There's Griffin. There's Isaac Herbold. Holden finds Isaac. Looking for Brady Stamp. And put into the midfield area. And put forward. Will be shielded by Griffin Fisher. Out of play for a goal kick for your Pats.
Patriots.
Holden Hilmo, number 14. Brady Stamp, 23. Tomich, 10. Has Dylan Jennings on the far touch. Jennings back to Tomich. Tomich to Stamp. Stamp has Griffin Fisher. Holden Hilmo. Grant Olson. Grant looking to play a long ball. It's off the head of a Brookings defender. Falls to the feet of Brady Stamp. Rolfing back to Stamp. Tomich. Stamp. Looking for the 1-2 to Tomich. Possession given over to the Bobcats. Bobcats give it right back to Hilgenberg. Isaac Herbold. Stamp. Ball deflected and falls right to Dylan Jennings. Slide tackle avoided by Jennings. Finds Cam Thomas. Cross is deflected and eventually cleared forward all the way to Quentin Hernus in the penalty box. Keeper for the Pats will gather and look for Griffin Fisher. Hilgenberg. Hilgenberg has Olson. Jennings in control on the far touch. Isaac Herbold with 2 on. Gets through 2. Cannot get through the 3rd. Now Brookings in possession. Is Girard. Herbold pressuring. Now Brookings will switch out of their backfield. Play this ball forward, again intercepted by Max Hilgenberg. There's Tomich. Fisher. Olson to Jennings. Jennings to Hilmo. Hilmo, the center circle, finding Stamp. Back to Holden. Hilgenberg. Olson. Jennings. Stamp. Switches to Griffin Fisher. Substitutions. You hear Fisher joke he could not see that ball in the sunlight. So Jake Burchett on, Thomas Ellis back on, Rolfing off, Jennings off, Camden Thomas off. Red throw just on the near touch. We'll head forward. Grant Olson finds Isaac Herbold, who has Tomich. Tomich. And here's Matt Brost. Brost, who just entered the game. Tomich. And they called for the foul there. He got to the ball first, but then trail leg. Caught. Number 14, Braden Love. Bobcat, free kick. And there are 19 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. I have not restarted that clock. And I'm going to try to get it at least closer. And I'm pretty much right on time now. Goal kick, Pats on. For the Patriots comes Abdu Musa, Noah Dean, Musa on for Brady Stamp, Dean on for Luka Tomic. The Pats so far scoring 2 goals into this severe headwind. One an own goal that Cam Thomas was there for, and another one Cam Thomas was there for on the cross by Van Rokel, and another one that was simply a goal by Thomas, as he made it look simple. Touched by Hairbolt, red throw. Ball through everyone, controlled by Max Hilgenberg. He finds Thomas Ellis. A little bit of a misfire by Ellis. But there to recover is Abdu Musa. Again, Brookings possessing the dangerous part of the field. Here's number 10, shot fired by Dominic Van Hofwagen. Wide right. And an injury timeout. So time has stopped. Thomas Ellis will have to come off the field as the clock stopped at 18 minutes and 9 seconds. Dylan Jennings, who just came off the field, will return. As Thomas is all right. So Jennings will return to a right defensive position. Sounds like Dylan is okay. Like Thomas is okay. Jennings in for Tommy Ellis, the senior. So junior in for a senior. Here is Griffin Fisher. Hilgenberg. Olsen. Abdu Musa. Abdu has Brost. In turn drops to Grant Olsen. Come back to the defensive center, Hilgenberg. The ball is intercepted. And Olsen there to clean up. As Forrest Yard in an attacking position. Griffin with a full switch taken initially out of the air by a Bobcat. And then Abdu Musa there for it. Eventually Isaac Hairbold finds Matt Brost. Looks for Matt Brost. That ball put out of play. Last touched by Brookings. And the far touch being shielded. Goal kick, Brookings. So Wynn will have this. I'll put to midfield. It's beyond Dean. Griffin Fisher. It's a red throw. My 19 into 14. Griffin Fisher steps. Eventually that ball falls to number 10. Cleared forward by Max Hilgenberg. Looking forward is Jake Burchett, number 16. On the midfield, Brady Stamp. Number 9 for Brookings. First 2. Ball centered and calling for it is Quentin Hernus. 4 subs forthcoming for the Patriots. Put in place to Griffin Fisher. Fisher. Long ball again looking for Burchett. Burchett sandwiched between 2 Bobcats. That's me a foul on Hairbolt. Foul committed on Dominic Van Hofwagen. Free kick, Bobcats. Over this is Van Hofwagen, the senior midfielder. And again, I didn't press play on my clock. Sorry, folks. We're at 15 minutes and 16 seconds. We'll get that righted next break.
What?
Vaught.
Yeah. How do you know my dad? Jenna? Oh, really?
And here's Abdu Musa.
Really?
Abdu has Matt Brost.
I don't know.
Brost looking again for Musa. Holden Hilmo. Noadine. Abdu. Turf Monster grabs Abdu's foot. And now Brookings in possession. Put out a play by Dylan Jennings. Bobcat throw on the far touch. Well, eventually falls to Isaiah Vaught and then to Dominic Van Hofwagen. Pressured by Dean. Nice step by Griffin Fisher, who has space and speed. Forward to Jake Burchett. Slide tackle. Ball put out of play, and Burchett might have to be checked as 24 Jasper Lee on the slide tackle. Follow through on the slide came into Jake's ankle, and Jake in some pain. And he'll be checked. Yeah, so on the really his ball first, then on the slide through, his leg caught Burchett. Burchett's going to be checked. Subs on now. Liam Van Rokel, Brady Stamp, Ryder Syverson, and Salmansi David. Off come Isaac Herbold, Matt Brost, and Holden Hilmo. And Jake is going to be okay. He is helped off by the trainer. And they will check that ankle. Hopefully Jake's all right. Griffin Fisher with the throw. And here's Abdu. Musa drops to Ryder Syverson. Syverson again finds Abdu. Pull back. Ball finds the foot of Noah Dean. Salmansi. Salmansi David regathers. Drops to Olsen. Jennings drops all the way back to Quinton Hernus. Olsen. Pass. Finds the foot of the Bobcat, and they give the ball right back to Max Hilgenberg. Grant Olsen on the far touch. Here's Jasper. 9 foot centrally. Here's Giard. Max Hilgenberg defending. And smart bit of play. They're going to shield. Nice bit of shielding by Grant Olsen, allowing Hernus to possess. Noah Dean. Griffin Fisher. Beautiful pass. Fisher to Stamp. Stamp to Syverson. Syverson passed one and finds Salmansi David. Salmansi David through two. Two converge. And Brookings now possessing. Put forward over midfield. Off the head of Grant Olson. Jennings. Hilgenberg. Griffin. Fisher. Van Rokel. Syverson. Isaiah Vaught with a slide and a miss. Syverson still through, tripped up. This is a foul just outside of the penalty area, far corner of the box by 21, Keller Peterson. So over this kick is Brady Stamp, number 23, junior midfielder. Stamp has Salmansi, has Syverson, has Van Rokel, and Abdumusa. I'll put forward Syverson there for it. It falls to Abdu and eventually is grabbed by Tony Wynn, Brookings keeper. Van Rokel steps. Last touch by Liam. Excuse me. Incorrect. Liam induces Kaysen Fixon. Turn the ball over. Onto the field is Sharia Thakar. Luka Tomic. Off comes Abdumusa and Noah Dean. Fisher with the throw. Finds Stamp. Put backward, and as per usual there for it, Max Hilgenberg. Olsen looking for Salmansi. That ball's intercepted. With a new addition to the field that I missed, and eventually possession given up via the pressure by Ryder Syverson. There's Forrest Yard, number 7. The first and number 10. Olsen steps, finds the feet of Ryder Syverson. Syverson with the car, and Salmansi's touch is too strong, intercepted by a defender for the Bobcats. The Bobcats on the far touch. Again, here's Grant Olson. Grant steps again. Ball to the feet of Sharia. And now Bobcats in possession. Bobcats come near side. Max Hilgenberg tries to shield, does eventually recover, and this ball is in the back of the net. That was number 7, Forrest Yard. Again, the most dangerous scorer for these Bobcats. Giard scores at 8 minutes. And assisted by number 14, Braden Love. We'll put forward by Griffin. Finding Brady Stamp. Stamp fouled.
Jasper! He's facing the wrong way. Just be smart.
And we're going to have a timeout on the field. Player down for the Bobcats. Braden Schreiber on for number 14, Braden Love. Braden comes off right after having an assist. Brady Stamp over the ball. Here's Stamp. Bends low, and that's in the back of the net. That's a good goal. Miles Rolfing. So we'll just make it official, Miles Rolfing. That is your official first goal. Lincoln Varsity, hats off to you. Hats off to the freshman. And a beautiful ball in by Brady Stamp. Miles' goal comes with 7:43 remaining.
Let's go, boys. We got 7 minutes at the top. Let's go.
And a gorgeous assist by Brady Stamp. Olsen heads the ball forward.
This way. This way. This way. Dominic, play me. Quickly, move it quickly.
New ball attempted, and that's just going to be gathered by Hernus, who calls off his defenders. Grant Olsen, Jennings, Stamp. Stamp past one at midline. Looking for Salmansi David. Ball's put forward by the Bobcats. Now in possession, number 20, Connor Sheldon. Syverson steps, has Tomic. Tomic looking for Van Rokel. Stamp. Salmansi. Cross.
Driver, work to find a space.
All the way over the near touch. This would be a Bobcat throw. Open in the backfield. Pressuring is Rolfing. Ball put forward is Forrest. This pass intended for Braden Schreiber. Dominic Van Hofwagen. Forrest. It's beyond Tomic. Ball falls eventually to Forrest Giard. Looking for number 9. Shot deflected. Calling for it is Hernus, but it's put out of play, or put forward at least, by Griffin Fisher.
Active, let's be active right now.
Corner kick, Brookings. Over this corner is number 11, Braden Schreiber. Ball delivered low. Gets through and put forward by Tomic. Deflected out of play by the Pats. Another corner forthcoming for the Bobcats. Bobcats trail 3-1. This now delivered in the air. Gets through everyone. Attaining is Griffin Fisher. Looking for Tomic, and this ball finds Miles Rolfing, who in turn has Tomic. Van Rokel. Van Rokel beyond 1. Has Rolfing. The ball put to the 18. Rolfing is going to get called for a foul and a yellow. That's my assumption based upon the timeout being called. Rolfing will have to come out. And Nick Hagan, who's been waiting a while, is not going to get to go in for Rolfing. as they want him in a defensive position. However, Cam Thomas went to the field of play for Rolfing. Hagen's been waiting for about 5 minutes on the touchline here at midfield. Ball put forward by the Bobcats. Here's Tomic. Last touched by number 19, Kason Fixon. And now Nick Hagen will enter the field of play. He's been waiting very patiently. He'll come on for Max Hilgenberg. Hilgenberg will get his first rest of this half. 3 minutes remaining. The clock's about 10 seconds ahead. Fisher to Stamp. To Olsen. Hagen. Ryder Syverson. Back to Olsen. Hagen. Syverson has Jennings on the far touch. Pulls back. And we'll defer to Hernus. Olsen. Tomic. Being pressured. Gives the ball back to Olsen. 2 minutes. Tomic looking for Stamp. Give and go. Cheeky pullback there by Tomic, and Stamp's off to the races. Through 2. Into the penalty area. Cross attempted and deflected. Ball put forward to the feet of Salmonsi. And Salmonsi's cross just comes off his foot a little bit wonky. Out of play. Red throw. A minute 25 remaining. The ball gets beyond Grant, but falls right to Nick Hagen. Schreiber deflects that ball into Griffin Fisher. Gerard putting a move on number 20. Shot fired, ball defended out of play by Quentin Hernus. This would be a corner. For Brookings. Ball put in lowly. There's a foul in the box. 25 seconds left. Salmonsi David to midline. 10 seconds. Brady Stamp. Ball put forward, and this will essentially end this half. Your Pats at the half lead the Bobcats 3-1 off of an own goal on the cross by Liam Van Rokel, looking for Camden Thomas. And then in 10 minutes into the first half, Camden Thomas. And finally, Miles Rolfing with 7 minutes and 43 seconds remaining. His third goal via the assist by Brady Stamp. With 8 minutes, 14 seconds, Forrest Gerard with a goal for the Bobcats via the assist by Braden Love. We're back in the second half. Your Pats lead 3-1. All right, folks, we're about to start the second half. We do have Altham Sonicson in net, backline, Jennings, Hagen, Hilgenberg, and Thomas Ellis, number 5, returns to the field. Syverson in midfield. Holden Hilmo in midfield. Luka Tomic in midfield. Brookings will start with the ball in their possession, and we've got Camden Thomas on the near side and Isaac Herbold on the far touch. 40 minutes with the wind. Your Pats lead 3-1. Camden earns a throw for the Pats on the near touch. Here's Stamp. Drops to Thomas. Thomas is past one. Finds Tomic. Tomic hoisted by the turf. Just kind of trips over the ball and the turf. Nice opportunity thwarted by the turf. And Wynn, the keeper, on it. See how he decides to distribute. He's going to do a drop kick into this severe wind. You can't really hear it out here. Syverson neatly finds Isaac Herbold. And here's Syverson again. Syverson through 2. Finds Thomas. Pulls back. Into the box. Cross. It's deflected. Out of play. Corner kick. Patriots. Stamp will quickly play to Tomic. Tomic crosses. Too far. This will be a throw deep in the Bobcat corner. There's number 2. Vaught. Number 9. Isaiah Vogt. Oh, and this ball falls to Stamp. Shot fired, defended by Wynn. Stamp's body is moving to his left. He tries to put that ball to his right. A nice stop by Wynn. Throw in by Herbold. Falls to Syverson. Here's Ryder in possession. Tommy Ellis. Holden Hilmo. Hilgenberg finds Dylan Jennings. Pass to Tomic. Tomic regains his position. Slows the attack. Here's number 2. Fires centrally, headed forward by Hagen. The ball falls to Vogt. Luka Tomic cannot corral. Here's 16. Peters. Forrest Girard slowed by Cam Thomas. Ball cleared forward over midline. Running it down is Isaac Herbold. Cannot attain possession. Jasper Lee on the far touch with a throw. Off of Ryder. Ball falls to Holden Hilmo. Last touch of Bobcats. And was that a illegal throw? He didn't like how far forward Tommy took the throw, so he's pushed back. Possession attained by Hagen. Here's Hilmo, who's dispossessed. Hilmo fights through and is eventually called for the foul. Free kick, Bobcats. As this is one of the captains. I think this is Braylon Peters over the ball. It's Peters. Ball put in lowly. Gathered by Hilgenberg. Hilgenberg has Isaac Hairbolt. Beautiful ball and vision. Hairbolt finds Cam Thomas. Thomas looking for Stamp. Passes behind Stamp and gathered by number 24, Jasper Lee. Now at midline are the Bobcats. Tommy steps, finds Isaac. Hairbolt has Camden Thomas. Tomic with 2 on. Switching fields, looking for Isaac Hairbolt. Volleys a pass to Brady Stamp. Stamp has Holden Hilmo. Luca. Dylan. Again to the 18, looking for Stamp. It's headed over everyone. That will fall all the way beyond the far touch. Substitution, Isaac Hairbolt will come off. Liam Van Rokel will enter the field of play. Van Rokel with the throw. Finds Tomic. Thomas Ellis. Past 1. Switching. Looking for Camden Thomas. Too far, too deep. Goal kick. Bobcats. Goal kick. Put to midfield. Headed forward by Syverson. Here's Tomic. Stamp has Van Rokel. Gives to Van Rokel. Van Rokel with a pullback towards the 18. Actually, 2 defenders gather possession. Long ball down the far touch. Max Hilgenberg drops back to Alpen Sonicson. And just a nice bit of hustle out of Brookings. Sonicson has to gather possession, deflects the ball off of the Brookings attacker. Goal kick. Now back on the counter are the Pats. Here's Van Rokel. Avoids a slide tackle, pulls back, tries to cross the Stamp. That's defended. Hilgenberg. Max finds Holden. Nick. To Tommy. Syverson. Syverson's pass is given over at midfield, and then he commits a foul. This will be a Brookings free kick at midline. Over this is Dominic Van Hoffwagen. Stepping to it is Tomic. Cam trying to find Tomic again. Here's Holden Hilmo. Ryder. Tommy Ellis. Stamp. Through 2. Sandwich. Pulled down. Whoa. Wow. Boy, I thought. And now Brookings on the counter is Forrest Gerard. Shielded by Hagen. Advantage allowed, I believe. Yep. And here's Stamp. Finding Thomas. One man on. Holding Hilmo. Nice move by Hilmo, finding Syverson. Syverson has Tommy Ellis. In the far touch. Van Rokel, past one. Has Tomic. Is into the penalty area. Looking for Stamp. Ball at Stamp's feet. Back out to Thomas Ellis. Ellis has Syverson. Ellis to Hilmo. Hilmo finds Tomic. Tomic's touch is just a bit too strong. Finds the feet. Dylan Jennings. Jennings has Thomas. Thomas looking to get to the goal line. Corner earned. Substitutions. Holding Hilmo off. Tommy Ellis off. Griffin Fisher on. And Kella Uda on. Over this corner will be Brady Stamp and Luka Tomic. All crossed in. Liam there, eventually cleared. Corner earned. Again, Tomic and Stamp over the corner. In the penalty area, Uda, Syverson, Van Rokel, Hagen, and number 13, Camden Thomas. Stamp over this, curls in, and Wynn just punches that ball out of play. Stamp will have another opportunity. All curling. Syverson, back of the net. Go. Camden Thomas, if not for the own goal, that would be a hat trick for Cam. Beautiful ball that gets through from the corner. And your Pats up 4-1 over the Bobcats. So at 27:53, Camden Thomas on the brace. I think here's Kella. A little bit of tenacity. And Kella, yep. Ooh, that's on Kella. Just at the 18. We have a full line change coming for the Patriots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. As now your Pats up 4-1. Lucas steps, gains possession, has Van Rokel. Van Rokel to Kella Uda. Luka again finding Van Rokel. Van Rokel past one, beyond the 18. Cross, gathered by Wynn. Not fully gathered, last touch by Wynn. On the save, knocks the ball out of play. On the field, 15, Grant Olson. 17, Isaac Herbold. Number 7, Noah Dean. Number 14, Holden Hilmo. Number 3, Matt Brost. Number 11, Salmansi David. Ofcom, Hagen, Van Rokel, Syverson, Cam Thomas. Brace. Corner kick, Brady Stamp over the corner. Curls this ball in. Oh, it gets beyond everyone and falls to Holden Hilmo. Flicks the ball back centrally. And Kella Uda gathers possession. Finds Matthew Brost. Brost has Salmansi. Salmansi back to Matt Brost. Salmansi has Holden. Griffin Fisher. Full cross. Fisher looking for Salmansi David. One touch. Gets through. Is dispossessed. That ball falls to Noah Dean. And Matthew Brost cleans up. Grant Olson. Brost. Salmansi. A nice touch by number 19. Salmansi does eventually end up in possession. Has Brost. But there are 3 defenders. And eventually Salmansi loses possession. Ball last touched by Brookings. White throw. Here's Noah Dean. Noah Dean battling. Ball falls to number 11. And here's Forrest Gerard. Max Hilgenberg with a step. Stamp to Hilgenberg. Salmansi David. Salmansi, shot fired. Just wide and high. Goal kick. And we have a timeout on the field for injury. Looks like just a cramp. And he has to come off the field as the clock was stopped. That's number 9. Isaiah Vaught. Abdu Musa, number 12, on for Brady Stamp. The sun almost descended beyond the stands to the west. Griffin Fisher with a big throw, looking for Isaac Herbold. Ball falls to Abdu Musa, who takes that out of the air. Holden Hilmo steps. Noah Dean. We'll put forward Isaac Herbold steps. Herbold has Musa, has Salmansi David. Ball given to Matt Brost. Drop to Grant Olson. Griffin. And the pullback too strong over the far touch. Bobcat ball, 23 minutes and 23 seconds to play. There's Abdu to Noah Dean. And Schreiber. Zachary Mueller. Grant Olson steps. Griffin Fisher. Isaac Herbold. Herbold to Kelauda. Kella maintains possession. Looks like Kella thought that was a corner, but clarification from the center ref, goal kick, Brookings. Ball play out of the back. Ball put forward into the wind. Will not get very far. Here's Grant Olson. Matt Brost. Olson. Holden Hilmo. And trying to battle through to regain possession. Ball's put forward. Olsen there. And now counter foiled by the Pats. Kelauda gives chase. Has Isaac Herbold. Finds Isaac. Isaac looking for Abdu. Pass intercepted by number 16, Braylon Peters. Bobcat throw on the far touch. Substitutions forthcoming. Nick Hagan back on. Sharia Thakar, number 18 on. Number 5, Thomas Ellis on. Max Hogenberg gets a rest. Griffin Fisher gets a rest. And Kella Uda comes off.
Forrest Schreiber, get together!
Was touched by the Bobcats. Patriot throw. Hairbolt looking for Salmansi. That ball's intercepted. Counter foiled by Nick Hagan, who has Matt Brost. Brost to Holden Hilmo. Noah Dean. Sharia to Abdu Musa. Sharia pushed off the ball. Foul attained by Sharia Thakar. Free kick will be taken by the Patriots. Number 3, Matthew Brost. Wynn directs 3-man wall. There's Matthew Brost. Brost fires wide left. Salmansi off. Kelauda off. Isaac Herbolt off. Brady Stamp on. Cam Thomas on. And Liam Van Rokel back on. The son, I don't know if you can hear the Brookings coach. All cleared neatly by Grant Olson. Finds the foot of Holden Hilmo, who in turn finds Camden Thomas, who is on the brace. The first to Sharia. Drops to Dean. Thomas Ellis. Holden Hilmo. A bit of possession by Brookings. Here's Forrest Gerard playing a long ball down the far touch. Defenders back into position. The pullback to number 10, Dominic Van Hofwagen. Olsen steps. Olsen gathers possession. Finds Noah Dean. Camden Thomas. Matthew Brost. Brost looking down line. Looks like Brost zigs while Cam Thomas zags. Touch of miscommunication leads to the goal kick for Brookings. Nice bit of hustle out of Camden Thomas, wanting that third goal. Probably felt robbed of it by the own goal earlier in the game. So Thomas sitting on 2. Here's Van Rokel. Nice move. Corner kick earned by Van Rokel. Noah Dienhoff, Matthew Brostoff, Holden Hilmo off. Luka Tomic back on. Dylan Jennings back on. So Syverson, Tomic, and Jennings return. Stamp over the corner. Delivers the ball high towards Syverson. And Syverson heads that right across the 6. The ball eventually falls to Tomic, who again flicks towards Syverson. Sorry, it's a car. And Syverson just unable to keep that ball on the field of play. Goal kick, Bobcats. Long goal kick held up by the wind. Headed out of bounds by Thomas Ellis. Van Rokel picks a pocket. Last touched on the far side by Liam. It's a throw in. I think they thought it was a free kick. Again, headed out of play by the Pats. Throw in Bobcats. Forrest Gerard through 2. Bobcats have to pull back. Cam Thomas pressures. Ball put in the midfield. Headed back to number 10. The Bobcats. And finds Isaiah Vaught. Taken out of the air by Forrest Gerard. And Grant Olson steps. This ball put forward, looking for it is Camden Thomas. And he's gonna get called for a foul. Forrest. His pass is intercepted by Tomic, whose pocket is picked. Is number 11. And Bobcats. Cross is wide. And we'll have our first goal kick for the Patriots. Actually, our second goal kick, I think, for the Patriots. Jake Burchett, the sophomore, number 16, returns to the field of play. Cam Thomas will come off. Sonicson on the goal kick. We'll play wide to Dylan Jennings. Tomic. Luka, long ball down the far touch, looking for Liam Van Rokel. He's just able to keep that ball from rolling over the goal line, and then the cross is too deep. Out of play, goal kick, Bobcats. The wind holds us up. Ball falls right to Liam, who has Sharia 1-2. Liam now into the box, centers. That ball too deep, gathered by Wynn. And Wynn rolling out to the far touch. Intercepted by Tomic. Jake Burchett. Syverson. And that's going to be a foul on number 10, Dominic Van Hofwagen. He checks on Syverson. Over this is Luka Tomic and Brady Stamp. They have Sharia. This ball delivered towards Syverson. Just beyond Ryder's foot. Griffin Fisher returns to the field. Noah Dean onto the field. Abdul Musa onto the field. Sharia, Liam, and Ryder off with 11:30 remaining. Goal kick, Bobcats. And here we have a foray in the midfield. Stopped by the pressure from Dean and Sharia. Griffin Fisher trying to make a run down the far touch. I'll put out a play. Here's Abdul Musa. Ball intercepted by Dylan Jennings. Has Hagan, Tomic. Griffin Fisher. You hear the chants from below. That touch a bit too strong. Fisher's through two. Keeps the ball in play. Big shot. Wide right. And Fisher, generally a defender, you can hear him getting a lot of cheers from the peanut gallery that is the Lincoln bench. They want Fisher to put a ball in net. Off comes Braden Schreiber. On comes Vincent Ayeli for the Bobcats. And the wind still pretty strong. You can see that ball just sailing out of play. Tommy Ellis has Abdul Musa, Dean, Luka. Luka switching towards Brady Stamp. Puts this ball back into the penalty area. And now Bobcats on a counter. Here's Forrest Gerard. And ball ends up in Dylan Jennings' feet. Ball is passed right back to the Bobcats. That long ball slowed up. Shot fired. Beautiful shot. Wow. Not much Sonics can do about that. Maybe just got a little bit lazy defensively. One trying to cover. Here's Ellis. Grant finds Hagan. Here's Jennings. Hagan. Hagan drops to Opland. Opland looking for Thomas Ellis. Finds Thomas, who's looking for Abdul Musa. On the far touch. Noah Dean gains possession at midfield, has Brady Stamp. Stamp has Burchett. Makes a move. And one touch a little too strong. Brookings gathers. Ball falls to Grant Olson, who has Fisher. Fisher's pass is behind Burchett. There's Noah Dean. Dylan Jennings. For Abdamusa. Forrest Gerard turns. Azayeli. Grant Olson slows the attack. This is Forrest Gerard. Nice bit of hustle out of Grant Olson. Throw in, and now in a second we'll have subs. Nick Hagan steps. Burchett has Stamp. And now Stamp looking to switch field towards Griffin Fisher. Ball just beyond Fisher's foot. Out of play, subs. On for Brookings, Braden Schreiber. On for the Patriots, Brost, Hilmo, Zakar, Salmansi David. Off come Brady Stamp. Dylan Jennings, Luka Tomic, and Jake Burchett, as well as Griffin Fisher.
Play together.
Here's Dean, looking for Kella Uda. He cannot keep this ball in the field of play. It's beyond his reach. Red throw on the far touch. Here's Sharia, Tommy Ellis, Holden. Grant Olson has to put this ball forward, out of play. The red throw. Kella. Sharia. Sharia looking to find Abdamusa. That ball is cleared by Brookings. Lincoln throw. This is Thomas Ellis. Ellis has Hilmo. Back to Ellis. Full switch. Looking for Matt Brost. That's Salmansi. Matt finds Hagen to Dean. Dean's touch. Over the far touchline.
Use the line! Stack the line!
Grant Olson in coverage. And Nea is through two. A lot of speed there. Ball gathered by Sonicson. Hopping with an arm out to Sharia's foot. Sharia dispossessed, and now a counter again available. Shot fired, blocked by Sonicson. Grant Olson. Hagen. Bicycle kick attempted. And eventually Tommy Ellis will gather possession. Now a corner. Sonicson save. Deflected. Ultimately resulting now in a corner. As Thomas Ellis had taken the ball to corner, allowing his defenders to get back into position. And here's a Brookings corner. Ball taken out of the air on the far post. Goal kick.
We're good, boys. Come on. We got 30 left. Let's go.
3 minutes, 30 seconds.
Let's go. Race this side. Come on.
Hoffland has Brost.
We got to get here.
Hagen. All the way over the defenders. And Wynn, with this tailwind, just waits to gather. Asks his team to come up. They trail by 2. That's a Noah Dean. Looking for Kella Uda. Keeper Wynn keeps that ball in his penalty area. demonstratively encourages his team to push up. Here's Grant Olson. His header falls at the feet of number 28. Vincent Ayeli. All committed at midfield. 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Olson over the ball. My apologies, I missed that earlier goal. It is 4-2. Ball falls to the feet of Samansi David, who has Kella. Eventually is dispossessed. And flag down. Sonicsen's going to have to clear this. All the way downfield, looking for Kella Uda. Can this ball stay in the field of play? It does not. That ball put all the way to the corner. And it's a throw-in. Because that ball went to the left of the corner flag. Here's Hilmo. Sharia. Now Brookings in possession.
1 minute left in the game, 1 minute left in the match.
We'll put out a play last touched by Brookings. Patriot throw on the far touch. Under 1 minute. Pat's up 4-2. And this ball is going to stay out of the box. Headed forward by Abdu Musa. Gathered by Wynn. This punt makes it just into the center circle. Noah Dean, Samansi. Nice control initially out of Samansi, who is eventually dispossessed, and that ball falls to Matt Brost. Noah Dean looking for Samansi. Unlucky last touch by Matt Brost. 10 seconds remaining. That'll be the game, folks. Your Pats come in and get a lot of play time for non-starters. This opportunity for a lot of boys that have not had a lot of time on the varsity field to get onto this field with one of the top teams of the state. And your Pats come out with a victory, 4-2. We'll be back in 2 days. Your Pats get the win. An own goal, 2 goals by Cam Thomas, and 1 goal by Miles Rolfing, the difference. Your Pats come out of Brookings, 4-2 win, and move their record to 8-1-1. JV Pats tied up in the JV game 0-0. And we'll be back live from Aberdeen in 2 nights. Thanks for joining us on the live stream. Pats win 4-2.